Okay. It's live on Facebook and live on YouTube. Hmm. Hit us with the intro.
Do you want me to start? Okay. Okay, we are live here for Thursday, October the 22nd for Big Brother 22. Talking about Christmas, R.I.P. Christmas, Jameel. She is gone from the game, shed a tear. It was, oh, holy night when Christ was born. I feel like singing a hymn for Christmas. And that's kind of what it was. A somber day. It was a somber Christmas. It was a black Christmas, you could say. um uh eh, what did you think of the episode? Like, I mean, it was just a lot of like, to me, just kind of like flattering, like, Nicole pitched to me, like, um what you're, why you should stay. Christmas was more convincing, but they're kind of just really joking with each other. But she was like, getting all upset in the diary room, and I was just like, okay, come on, like, like he's just
It's like
screwing
get
with
over
you.
yourself a little bit.
Yeah, he's screwing with you.
So I have to first comment about the previous episode. I wasn't on, even though my a silhouette, a box uh, with my name on it did show
That's
up
right.
in its stead.
Right.
I was
And we
at
asked
work
questions.
and
We asked
I
questions to the
actually
black box, Jamil.
I couldn't respond to them because I was literally on work floor. So I was just trying to watch it and you guys brought me in. Regardless, how I felt about the last episode. I saw it online. I watched the reaction
Hmm.
and I feel it is possibly one of the worst episodes of Big Brother I've seen.
This one?
It was awful. The last one.
Um.
I got things to
Oh,
say
the
about
last
this
one.
episode.
The last one
Yeah.
was
How
the
could you have
What was your problems with it? The hamster
how could you have
wheel and
okay, wait, first of all, you have a competition that isn't a competition. It was a randomizer. It was basically like a what a
yes.
10-minute a full segment randomizer where there was like we're just they could have just said we have a spinning wheel and then Nicole you've won $10,000. But with the pretense of we wasting our time with all this other garbage. Why didn't they just do something I don't know. Like
Listen,
at this
Jamil.
point,
They had those
especially with this
comics.
game being very boring, yeah,
They
they get
had
to display the comics. Unless they're
they
going to
had
sell
to.
them, um, they got to get as much use, squeeze as much juice from that comic book fruits. Just squeeze it out.
The meow meow wasn't just gonna sit on a shelf, Jamil. The meow meow needed to come back out.
Like,
Cali Furious needed another segment on the show because somebody drew that and needed to get paid a bit more money. So it's probably, like,
oh my gosh, I was kind of embarrassed watching that episode. It was pretty terrible.
I thought it
Um,
was fun. I
then
thought it
it,
was like that part.
you thought it was fun.
I thought it was a great metaphor for the whole game. How much sucked at it, didn't care. How into it Cody was and didn't want to lose. How Nicole was kind of like just sitting back and just let the game come to her, and that's how she won. And then Christmas, just, yeah, not good enough. Always a bridesmaid.
Not good enough.
Not good enough.
That is a perfectly good segue into this episode of Christmas. Who
Mhm.
last episode she was crying, and her quote was, "She feels so alone and feels that the three of them are against her," which is hilarious because she was part of a dominant alliance, which basically ran over how many house guests, and she mocked whenever they felt bad or sad or reacting negatively to the game that they're playing. And now that she has a taste of her own medicine, it's
Right.
so sad and she
Right.
has to cry. So
How
I
do we?
hope that the BB producers take that pillow and squeeze out that liquid tears and give it to Bailey, give it to Devon, give it to the multitude of people that she treated badly so they can taste her wonderful tears.
Yeah, eat that Christmas and drink those tears. Okay. What do you think? what was I gonna say? Yeah, about the Enzo blowing it, saying, "Hey, how does it feel to be final three?"
In the
And
final
he
three.
and Christmas was like doing the makeup over in the bathroom, and then it was just like
Bro,
awkward.
dude.
It was awkward town after that. I
Damn.
mean, yeah, there was no coming back from that
He
one. He was
obviously
like,
did mess up.
"I forgot, yo. I forget. That's it. I just forgot Christmas was still in the house. I thought we were already in the final three. I thought I woke up. She was. I thought she was gone. Like
That's what
you
I'm
don't forget.
saying.
That's what I'm
That's it.
saying. That's it.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought we
Well,
already evicted her, yo.
one, it was a slip of the tongue, yes.
Cody, I thought you already
But once
evicted her.
again, once again, so like she's being so she was like Devon is acting all so crazy episodes ago,
Mm,
and talking, and she's being so confrontational and everything like that. She herself was being confrontational over a slip of the tongue, right? You can Enzo would slip up and say three instead of four, right? Now, did he mean three? Yeah, he did. But if I heard Enzo saying three and it was Final Four, I would say he probably meant three. He meant to say four. He's saying three. He probably meant to say four, and I
right.
would pay no mind because the man is, slightly challenged sometimes. I feel verbally,
Christmas was kind of
but
biased in the
see,
fact that, like, she mentioned it to Cody in the episode about how Enzo burned her and Tyler in this season. That was a crucial part of this season, was when that happened. Because if Nicole went home, this final three looks a lot different no matter what.
yeah, I agree. Um, but they kind of trusted Enzo and they shouldn't have, right? And they should have locked it in. They should have locked it in a lot sooner and had these conversations. That's I don't understand with like triple evictions or double evictions. These scenarios need to be talked through, right? Or you should have a pretty good idea of who to trust. And Enzo wasn't one person to trust, especially when it comes to Nicole, right? Because of how close she is with Cody, right? Like, look, we're gonna be jumping back and forth throughout this episode. I want to get to her reaction during her confessional once she's voted out and having her one-on-one with Julie, and she's mentioning, "Oh, I knew how close Nicole and Enzo were with Cody. I also knew that they were very close with Memphis." Okay, so if you know that, that means you know that they're not close with you, but yet you stuck with them. You do not go with the other side of the house to take them out, right? Or at least put them in a position to do your dirty work. You put yourself in that position, and I don't feel bad for you one bit. Like that, what just happened, what we just saw there, is a prime example of why Christmas is not a winner in this game, right? Because the agency that you saw Cody and Nicole have, right, is a lot different than the way that Christmas had. If Christmas was so smart and she was able to see who was teaming up with who, why did she not do anything? You can make that comment about Devon, Kevin, and David about how clueless they were and how terrible they played. They did not know what she knew, and she knew, and she still let it happen. Right?
That's a good
So
point.
all those barbs she was tossing about how terrible David is and how terrible Kevin is and useless and everything like that. Like, look where you are at. Yes, you got Final Four, but you didn't like
Right. That's what
you
she said at the end.
basically had
Final
no
four. I
chance.
Yeah. She looks like that is successful.
Final Four means
That, and that's right.
yeah.
That's Boston Rob said a thing like when I think he was with Sesame at one point. He said, like he look at my finishes. I either got to the end or they got me a pre-jury because I either go for it to win or I lose. I'll lose early. But Christmas is always the person that would always make it to the jury, always make it to the merge, and then lose. Like if she played Survivor, I think.
Like in sports, we have there's always the type of team, the team that always does great in the regular season, and then always gets eliminated in the first or second round of the playoffs, right? They're the team
Hmm.
that's good enough to be in the playoffs, but are
Hmm.
no closer to actually winning the cup.
She's
And
the
they're there
Toronto Maple
year in
Leafs.
and year out,
She's the Toronto
right?
Maple
Well,
Leafs
she doesn't
of
choke as
Big
much as the
Brother.
Toronto Maple Leafs, right? But
Oh, that's true. Okay.
perfect. But you're absolutely right. Like, this is a team that you think, well, let's be honest. Christmas is in good shape. Christmas, she can connect with people. She is able to. Um,
Mhm.
three, she has decorum of strategy in her noggin, right? And she's also like pretty. She has a brain cell couple, right? She's gonna smoke Enzo in a mental comp, right? And a
Yeah.
whole bunch of other people, right? But how many HOHs she won? She won two. Oh no, she won one, right? One HOH,
She's won.
or
I
did she
think she
win
won.
two?
She won two.
Let's
I think.
fact check.
I know. She, no, she just won the one. I think we already did this last week. I think she's only won the one. She won the one
Right,
Devon
and she
gave to
won
her.
two vetoes.
I think so.
Two vetoes. Right, and the one that she won, the the HOH she won, was basically thrown to her
Yeah,
accidentally.
Devon
Right.
screwed up. Yeah.
So like, what are we talking about here? Like,
She was in a better position in the house though than Devon was the whole game, or Kevin or David. You know, but that didn't get her the win. She actually, you're right, Jamil. She had the strategic knowledge to turn the house around and never does. That's who she actually plays, and nobody will really want. I don't like watching that player play. Like, if you're gonna play that way, it's boring because you're gonna finish fourth or fifth every time. And Enzo plays that way, and I don't really feel like Enzo deserves to win. I like Enzo, and I think
fair enough. Fair
you
enough.
know,
You're absolutely right.
but I don't really. I
And
feel
unless you're able to do that big move, at the end to kind of, you know, put a bow on top of your game, right? He's not in the conversation. As it
yeah,
stands right now, he shouldn't be in the conversation. If he gets dragged, he should lose.
I think he should probably even
It's
lose to
simple as that.
Nicole.
Absolutely. Right? If look, if Enzo does if Enzo does nothing and gets taken to the end, he can't win. He shouldn't win.
If he
Right?
wins the
And
final
that's me saying that
HOH,
about Nicole.
if he wins the
Sorry?
final HOH by some miracle, Enzo, right? And he wins the final HOH and then takes Nicole, does he deserve to win?
Because he eliminated Cody, I think he'll have enough votes.
Well, we know it. He'll have Devon's vote,
Yes.
and he
But
might even
here's
have
the thing.
Danny's vote because Danny is so gung ho on how great Cody is as a player, and you all just need to suck it up. You're bitter to Kevin. What do you think?
I didn't even feel like Kevin was being bitter. Like,
No, he was just like,
bro, chill out. Who you competing with? Right? Did you
right.
feel like the jury sequence was too short and you were like, oh, 2 more minutes? And like, I gotta fit my words in. Like, relax. Let David, who literally did not talk until like
Yeah, that's right.
talking about Memphis and that little, they're like, what's everyone's opinion? And they skipped over him like it was unimportant. They either edited it out. Like,
I love that.
let's
Yeah, Dave, that was the only thing with David was yeah. I'm just glad Memphis is here. That guy kind of sucked, and yeah, glad to see he didn't make it to the end because yeah, it wasn't fun. I think it was kind of what he was saying. It was great.
yeah. The minor victories is all we need. Oh, sorry. There are some messages there. Um, let's see. Was this episode more too hard or more too strong?
Too hard.
Well, too hard. Okay. All right. You want to hear what's
It
next
was
in
hard
this
to
section?
watch. So
Yes. What was that which Julie sat on? Why no follow up? What? Do
I
you
don't
know what
get
he's
it.
talking about?
No, I
Maybe
I
the chair. Was she sitting on some weird chair?
I don't know.
Okay. One by one more by Dave.
Yes.
Christmas is the Minnesota Wild of Big Brother players. Okay, okay. How bad are the Minnesota Wild,
She,
Jeff?
they're just irrelevant. I think my biggest point.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
And you know what? And I think that's a perfect way to talk about uh, Christmas, because as we get further away from this season, right, and things start to get murky, people are gonna say, "Who were the final three?" And they'll say, "Former winner Nicole, Enzo screwed the pooch again, and the eventual winner Cody." And they're like, "Who is final four?" And they're like, No, not Memphis. Who's that? Oh, yes, yes, the felon Christmas. That's what they'll say, right? They'll quickly go to Wiki and they'll look her up. Irrelevant.
What do you think the most likely, like, all right, like if there are odds, right, what the final two will be, or whether it's the combination of Cody, Nicole, Cody, and Enzo? What is the most likely combo? Like, is it like 95% going to be Cody, Nicole, 5% Enzo? Like, what? What?
Ha-
I don't. I just
it
don't see
has
how Enzo sits in the end after this,
Enzo would have to win.
and I just don't think he's
Enzo would
going
have
to.
to win.
I don't think he's going to against
No,
these two players.
unless he has like a master's degree and he's like Kaiser Sose and he starts walking straight and like in final HOH, I don't see him winning.
He
Like
has to hope Cody
unless like
takes
these,
him and then somehow
but
gets
then
the
he
vote.
loses still.
But imagine he got the votes, but he
He
didn't
still
lose, and like Devon rallied everybody to vote for Enzo because he has kids.
he's got kids. Hopefully the jury saw that sequence with the family.
Yeah,
Because what does um, Enzo's family, his two children, say? Hey, Dad, I scored 2 goals in soccer.
yeah.
Um,
I
I
read a book.
finished the Harry Potter book,
Yeah,
and we need to get a whole lot of stuff if you win,
yeah. We're
right?
gonna get a lot more
Basically.
books and soccer balls once you win. Yeah, that'll be good.
And then
I kind of, I was
last
kind of
week
hoping for
when
Enzo.
he for his kid. Last week with the 10 G's on the line, and he had his confessional. He said that what would he do with the money? He would get a bigger screen TV
Mhm.
and possibly a bidet,
And a motorcycle.
um, and a motorcycle. Sorry, this man needs to win. This man
Yeah,
needs to win, and I want a reality show of him getting the money and how he spends it.
how he
And at
spends
the
it.
end of each episode, it just shows how much money he has left over. Like it's
Yeah.
two broke girls in reverse. I would
Yeah.
pay to see that. Put it on Quibi.
First thing he does is like buy a
Participation.
Ferrari. Half his money's gone.
No, he's a Lambro. He is a Lambro. He's like, Cody, get your Lambo. Let's be Lambros. He's there. You have like a cheetah print Lamborghini. He's like,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's it, yo.
Did you want did you want the leopard printed colored Lamborghini? That's what I'm saying. You know.
That's it. I'm just always saying. Enzo's great. I mean,
Speaking of
I
the
kind of
family,
hope. I feel like
okay.
I would like to see him with the money the most. Yes, Jabil, but uh, at the same time, like Nicole or Cody deserve it more. At the same time, I don't really care who wins. The season kind of
I
sucked.
think
But
we're more like we're just like let Enzo win. Why not? It'll be a capper of this season.
be nice.
It's narratively makes sense.
Get those kids into some nicer clothes. You know, and then
So,
yeah,
um, speaking of like, oh my gosh, those videos, seeing Victor and how this man has just,
yeah.
man,
He's a male model.
like, is he?
He's like,
He like he all of this swagger and the machismo that he had seemed to be snipped like the man had a vasectomy. The
yes,
dude looks like, oh my gosh, he looks like a different person.
yes. He does. He looks like so clean cut. He looks like he's like works on Wall Street. Before he looked like he played his acoustic guitar down in a bus down by the beach in California. Like it's complete opposite. So it's weird.
He looks so weird. Like he used to be a police officer, and now he's what is he now? Is he gonna be a teacher or something? Or um, man, it's I don't know. It looks embarrassing. And then him with the dogs and everything. Just
What what did you
no,
think
no.
tonight with Nicole, where she's like, the winner of Big Brother All Stars? Congratulations, Nicole. Congratulations, congratulations.
She's
Like,
visualizing her win.
did you like
Like,
that
oh my
moment? Was it
god.
stupid? Was it silly?
No, it was dumb as hell. Um, they kind of built that sequence because she's she's built different than the other three. You can see that Enzo takes care of himself. He works out. He's like Enzo is job strong. Enzo will go to work and he'll work hard,
He
right?
could
He'll
lay
get his
some
hands
bricks.
dirty and he'll
Enzo
keep
could lay
himself
some brick.
right. Yeah, he can,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
He
And
could make you
you
some
see,
bread.
Cody is Cody's naturally athletic. So you see him, he's like, working out, he's working hard, but it looks really easy for him when you see him. He's like, oh, I got sweat on my hat. I got a thing. And you see Christmas is a beast in terms of like her effort and she's just built that way to be like a competitor, right? Christmas has a lot of drive, right? She's very I don't want to say aggro, but she you can see that she has a very competitive spirit. And then you see Nicole's game, which is kind of visualizing the victory, and getting some not even like raised. She wasn't even getting raised. She was bundled up with sunglasses and visualizing her win. I wonder if she was home, would she have like a vision board? She seems like a vision board type of person.
Maybe, I don't know. She's more like I don't know. I think she's like. Didn't they say she was like a Scientologist or something?
Is she a Scientologist?
I don't know.
Nah, I gotta look that up.
She's something
I gotta
religious,
look that up. I
and
thought she was like, uh, and she's like 10 years younger than me. Ugh. Yikes!
yikes, yeah.
Yikes! HOH history. Jocasta. Okay. Let's. I'm sorry why that came up.
Shakasta.
Um,
Uh,
Jocasta. Okay. Let me. I'm gonna look up this information because I need to know. I need to know. You've put that in there. You put it in my head. I have to know.
right.
Do you know what
I
Nicole
don't
Frenzel's Instagram is?
know. Coco Caliente.
Coconuts.
Yeah,
Oh no, that's a podcast. I think. Sorry, stand corrected.
that's her.
Um,
Coco Caliente podcast.
Coco
She does.
Caliente. I can't see what her religious background is. Oh
I don't
well,
know. That's what Dave said, but maybe I'm wrong. It's really not that important. I just thought yeah. There's something about
it would
Christmas. She's off.
it would align. It would align.
Yeah.
It would
Um,
align
she's good
with
at the cult. Ring
how I
bell.
perceive her.
And if you're already in a cult, could you imagine how beneficial that would be coming into a game like Big Brother or something?
Yeah,
They should do an all
a lot of
Mormon
self
season.
discipline.
They should do a Mormon season.
um,
All Mormons. And just
oh
see what
my god.
that looks like. Or it
Well,
would be really. Remember in Survivor when they did the 4 races? They did, and can you
that was
imagine
a
they
poor
did?
planned.
Can you imagine they did 4 religions?
Oh my gosh.
That'd be crazy.
So you had to have more than four religions. You have to like okay, so it'd be maybe six, but there'd be like one representative of like a Buddhist, one representative who is a Satanist, right?
Right.
Or no, I shouldn't say Satanist,
Another.
like a
You
Wiccan.
mean like another group,
Yes, an other group.
right? So you could do like the Christians, the Jews, the Muslims, and then another group. Yeah, that would blow up. That would be great TV, but probably wouldn't end well.
What it would end spectacularly well.
Well, I mean,
I disagree completely.
it could end like where Yule won Survivor. When as an Asian guy ever won anything in any of these shows other than Yule? You know, like an Asian
Um,
anybody. You know, like
well, there's so few that have played in the first
that's
place,
right.
so
And
the
that's what
one the one
that
thing that
episode of
they
Survivor forced them to have like five people that were Asian, five people that were like black, white, five white people. Obviously, they were always going to have white people, and then the other five were Hispanic, which are also white people, by the way, but like they have a different culture, so I guess it's
like as you say, representation matters. So by
yes,
kind of forcing that scenario, you just increase the and that season wasn't a bad season. No one looks back and says it was terrible,
yeah,
right?
Cook
People
Islands,
have more
right?
like some concepts work better than others, and they quickly changed the race dynamic pretty quickly.
They did, they did, they
They're
got rid
like,
of it. They
yes,
knew
this
that
is
was
a
a bad
great
idea.
game. Yeah,
No, I agree it's a bad idea,
right.
but it interests me because it like I said, like it forced them to have that many people of that different backgrounds on the show. Like Kaser was the only Muslim guy in the house this year. You know, I mean, he's probably the only Muslim guy maybe ever to play Big Brother. I don't know, but I can't think of another Muslim player. Um,
Or something that wasn't advertised, like to say that, oh yes, I'm the third Muslim person. Like in Big Brother Canada, we know who the first Sikh was,
yes,
because they played this season, just this year on Big Brother Canada. So
right. We got onto this tangent because of cults, and I was just thinking like cults, religious cults. Can you imagine they did an all cult season that, and I'll watch like War of the Cults. That'd be great. This is what you talk
oh my
about
gosh.
when you have to talk about this episode of Big Brother because Big Brother is not really delivering. I mean, it's kind of boring. Pisces power, yeah, a zodiac season that would be cool. You know, yeah, you do a whole bunch of different zodiacs.
Yeah, Pisces power, Dave says. Um, uh, yeah, it would be interesting to have something along those lines, right? Like, look, let's be honest here. Big Brother is scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of ideas and concepts for the show. So, um, if like something like, hey, we're gonna do something based upon the Chinese zodiac, um, sure,
Yeah,
we're gonna do well in other markets in the China Asian market.
right. Every member represents a different zodiac symbol.
Um, how heavy would Julie Chen lean in to
Oh,
the Chinese zodiac? Like me.
she would just do like
um,
fortune cookie sayings at the end of every episode. Like she's basically doing that now. What did she say tonight? It was like it was something funny tonight.
I fast forwarded.
Oh,
Confucius say.
yeah, it was a Confucius saying or something. I don't know. I was just like, why is she reading fortune cookies at the end of every broadcast? Yeah.
Oh wait, my Sikh dude on BB Can 8 was a Pisces.
How
Look at Dave dropping the facts.
how many zodiac
Okay,
symbols are there? Is it 13 or is it 12?
I I don't know. I don't follow those things. Right? Cool,
12.
cool
There's
if you
12.
do. 12.
But there is an extra sign known as Ophiuchus, and that's between November 19th and December 17th. Ophiuchus was in it.
Okay.
So that's it. So you could do 13 house guests, or
13.
yeah,
Do you want to do 13 house guests?
not enough, is it? You
I
need
want to do
16.
16.
So what do you do with the other three
Then
people?
the remaining four people were born on February 29th. There you go. Problem
Leap year
solved.
people. Oh no, just do another group again,
Yep.
Jamil. You do a leap year person. You do somebody born on Christmas Day, born on like, do different things like that.
Do a season with representative from each group.
Casting would
So
absolutely hate
13
this
people.
season. They would hate it because they're like, I have to cast this person because this person was born in February and not April. Like,
It's like we have two great people, but both of them are Pisces. Great.
yeah.
Right. Or do they like because it's Gemini, they take two people from born in Gemini under the
Right. So
sign
there you go. Now you're up
Gemini.
to 14. You need to squeak two other ones.
I need someone with big hair for Leo.
I'm a Leo. What
You're
are
Leo.
you? Yeah. What are you,
Um,
Jamil?
let's see. Sorry, I gotta change something. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, I was just asking you, what zodiac symbol are you?
Oh, I am a Leo.
You're a Leo too?
The
We're
best.
both
The best.
Leo
Yeah.
power. Screw you, Dave, with your Pisces,
Yeah.
your fish. Okay. Back to this show. I mean, what's there to talk about, Jamil? I mean, really, for the most part, I feel like Ducote's gonna win. Enzo kind of sucks. Nicole is kind of like just riding it, and she's more probably excited about seeing Victor than trying to win the game. I mean, like at this point, I think they all kind of know Cody's gonna win. I think, don't you?
Congratulations, Cody is the soundbite I would be dropping
Congratulations,
if Dave was still.
Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. But thank you for joining us on our All Leo podcast. As the scroller says, all
All
Leo all
Leo,
the
nice.
time.
Welcome to the All Leo
Yes,
podcast.
all
All Leo
Leo
all the time.
podcast.
No Pisces are allowed on the
Yes.
All Leo podcast. Yeah, so
What you don't know is we kicked Dave off the show, so
yeah,
he
Dave's
has to.
well, he thinks that Star Trek Discovery deserves his attention. I like to argue otherwise, but that is a conversation for another time because the real issue here is Big Brother. As bad as this season is, and as bad as this episode may have been, it is still better than what Star Trek Discovery is spitting out over there on CBS.
Yes, and if you want to have a conversation with Dave about Discovery, well, you can watch on Live Long and Podcast, our sister channel,
That's right.
our second cousin channel,
Please listen to that
which will
podcast,
be
even if you don't watch the show.
yeah, he's starting at what, at 10? I think 10, 10 or so, 10 or so for his
Yeah, it's
reaction for the second
seven
episode of
minute
Discovery.
7 minute countdown. He's probably just watching us.
Yes. Um, and then on Saturday, I'm doing the plugs in now. Might as well. We're talking about it.
Yeah, you throw them
And
up.
on Saturday, yeah, Saturday there is Star Trek Radio Theater. So what Star Trek Radio Theater is? Um, the wonderful folks that Live Long and Podcasts and their friends, right? They all do a radio play based upon a script of a classic Star Trek episode. So sometimes it's the original series, sometimes it's next gen. Um, no Enterprise yet, but you never know. And this week's episode is original
Plato's
series episode.
stepchildren.
Yes, Plato's Stepchildren. So please make sure that you check that out. That's going to be on Saturday at sometime on Saturday. So go to Live Long and Podcast and check to see the time. It's scheduled.
Yes.
Then on Tuesdays, we have D Space Nine, or what we like to dub now recently, DS 9 at 9.
Yeah, DS9 at 9.
So
That's where we bring that's my show, Jamil. That's where I'm the host. I bring you into my world of my 3.5 year journey to finish the complete rewatch of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. We are what episode did we just get through, Jamil? It was season 2, episode
we j-
8.
a necessary evil,
Necessary Evil. That was our
right?
most recent one.
All right. And then our next episode is Second Sight. Second
Yes,
Sight. It's the
second sight.
Cisco episode.
Yes, Cisco
Yes,
had
Second
nothing
Sight.
to do in
And then on
Necessary Evil, so he's back.
yes. Um, on Wednesdays, we have the original series, recapping a classic episode of the original series of Star Trek. I don't know what the next that episode is.
Yes,
Do you?
aka Ted's Trek. That show is also known as Ted's Trek, and it's a trek
Ted's Trek.
doing it's a trek doing the podcast with my father because sometimes his computer dies on him or he doesn't know if the computer's on. There's many a thing like that that has happened on Ted's Trek, and it's always fun.
But we all enjoy the takes of the matriarch Mater. So please
Hmm.
check it out.
Wise wisdom. He
Wednesdays
watched
for
he watched the original series when it aired. He knows what it was like.
and of course, as we mentioned, Thursdays is Discovery, so you can check that out as well. In
Mm,
addition,
if you want.
Super Mater Brothers, this show that you're watching right now, we usually go and recap Big Brother, but in the past, if you look in the past catalog, there's
Mhm,
other shows such as
mhm.
Westworld,
That's right.
uh, Supernatural. Right? Did you see Supernatural? Right?
We
Supernatural,
were going
and who
to.
knows? They
We
might
haven't done
recap.
that.
Ooh, hot
We
take.
haven't.
It's
We haven't.
coming. So
We
watch
haven't
that.
finished. We have to finish the most recent season.
Okay. So please keep subscribed for that because that's hotness coming. So we've been recapping Big Brother. It's been airing on Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, and we're in the home stretch now. So we only have a couple episodes left. There's an episode on Friday which we have to discuss if we're going to be doing a recap, and then we have HOH Part One on Monday, and then the finale on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. So there might be an adjustment in terms of the schedule, but we'll probably be airing around that. Uh, and then also at the end of the month, usually on the weekend, I think this time it's going to be possibly on a Saturday. We have Trivial Debates, another channel where fine folks from a lot of the episodes you see guest starring, they do some friendly banter, friendly battles and debates. There's various subjects that are discussed, and the judge rules all and decides who is the victor and who is the loser. So please check that out. Just
Right.
Trivial Debates. All of the episodes on
Right.
Halloween. It's
Yeah, we're doing
confirmed.
that
Dave is
Halloween.
saying it's going to be Trivial Debates on Halloween.
It's a very scary
Everything
edition
is
of
cross.
Trivial Debates.
Yes. Everything is cross post, so please make sure that you check all of the channels out. Subscribe wherever you can get your podcasts, your podcast catcher. So Spotify, uh, Google Music, uh, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. That's where we're at.
Jerry will be on the Trivial Debates. Am I a guest
Ooh.
member this time, Dave? Who are the other people and who's hosting? I don't remember, but if you can shout that out, that'd be good. Um, but yeah, like so that we got a lot going over here on Super Beta Bros, and they got their thing over on Live Longer Podcast, doing Star Trek Discovery on Thursday. So we kind of have like a dual show going on tonight. They're about to get it going, so for all of us over here at Super Beta Bros Podcast,
Before we wrap up, before I want to ask you a couple more questions, Jeff. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
okay,
I have you
yeah,
here.
you have me.
I want these answers. I want
Hmm.
these answers.
I'm all yours.
How do you how do you foresee this HOH competition going? Right. Usually there is a physical slash endurance comp, and
Hmm.
then there is the mental comp. So physical endurance comp. Tell me, how do you foresee it given what you've seen this season, and who's gonna win it?
Okay, so for me, it's like Cody is like odds on favorite, obviously, to win that. And if he does not win it, then Enzo will have won it, which then will mean Cody and Nicole have to go against each other in the final two. And that will be the most interesting scenario for me to watch. Is if Enzo wins part one and then Cody and Nicole have to battle for part two, and then it's Enzo and whoever in the part three. But if Enzo doesn't win either part one or part two, it's a foregone conclusion that it's Cody and Nicole in the final two, right? So
I,
that's kind
I
of like the
agree.
two
I agree.
scenarios for me.
What do you want to see in terms of the part one?
The part one, I want to see Enzo win it. I want to see like an endurance comp that like
No,
somehow.
what type of comp?
Oh, like I don't know, like one where like it's just like something where they have to hold on, or just something like where they have to answer questions and hold on, or something like that. Like where it's like kind of difficult, but like anybody can do it. Like it's not just a matter of being like fast, you know. Um, because Cody, I just feel like beats through a lot of the competitions, but I think it should be a little bit more finesse. You know what I mean? Now Enzo will suck at that, so he'll probably lose that. But that's I do think it should there should be not just like a speed element to it, but more finesse. Just have to try like a puzzle.
Yeah. My dream scenario is one of my favorite HOH part one is the evil dick. Um, where you have to stay on the lily pad and
Yes.
then jump over the pendulum, and then at the same time I believe you're holding on to something, and like rain will come, and it's like an endurance comp plus a physical comp at the same time. Your mental focus and also your determination and endurance is what kind of powers you through that, and I would love to see that return.
That
I
would be good.
doubt it would.
Probably
No,
not, yeah, but that would be
I
good.
doubt it would.
No, they probably won't do that because
Right?
of COVID, and they don't want to. I doubt they want to set up something that extravagant. Um, so I think it'll be something pretty simple, to be honest, because most of the
Okay.
competitions have been simple and not overly complicated or overly difficult, right? So I think that's what the
Okay.
kind of that trend will continue. I think.
Okay. Um, that's it for me in terms of questions. Do you have any questions for me from Moi aussi?
Um, who do you want to see win? Like you haven't really gone one way or another.
I want to see
Who
me win, but
right? Me too.
unless Enzo cuts Cody,
Hmm.
I want Cody to win. I
Yeah,
never
me
thought
too.
like a couple of weeks ago I would have felt that way, but
I think Cody's earned it,
it
and
is what
just
it
give
is.
it to him. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I feel like Cody's earned it. Just give it to him. Let the season be over. Now we never have to watch it again.
Yeah. Congratulations, Cody.
Congratulations, Cody. Okay, new season. Moving on. Um, the, I think that would be ideal. But at the same
Yeah.
time, like maybe I don't know, maybe we're cutting. Maybe there's gonna be some great drama here at the end that weren't expecting, and maybe it's a huge moment, and we were like, "Oh, I can't believe we were talking about it that way before that finale," and this is a really explosive finale. It won't be. But what if it was? And you never know.
It won't be.
Expect the unexpected.
Like even the jury seems kind of pacified too. Outside of Danny raising a voice,
Yeah,
like everyone seems pretty like,
everyone's become.
Cody, Cody.
What? Okay, can we talk about the jury for a second? What was with Danny? And like
Well, if you guys don't feel that way, like,
it's like Cody's
why are
playing
you
the
so
best game,
aggressive?
and like, why would you even say that about Enzo? Like, Enzo sucks. That's kind of what she was saying.
It's like he got farther than you.
Because Dave Vaughn was like, "Fuck Cody." It's like so Kevin too, right? So it is an interesting. It is a split jury in a lot of ways. If it was Enzo and Cody, I think it'd be the most interesting.
We'll see, especially if I don't I just don't I can't see Enzo having any chance if he did not cut Cody. It's it. That's it, yo. That's it.
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I just
Yeah,
can't see it.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's probably true. Um, I think it's Cody and Nicole in the end. The Jamil, we have another. Dave's not here, but he needs to cross off another name off the draft list. Christmas
Oh
is Abbott is
yes.
gone. I'm remaining with my only two picks. Cody and Nicole are remaining in the house. You, on the other hand, also have Enzo. So it's you and me in the end here, Jamil. We're the smartest of the people in the
The
pool.
two the two best. I guess the
The
two
best.
best
Who was
remain.
your other pick? Kevin, right?
Kevin.
Yeah.
I was really looking to shoot the moon this season
I mean, you could have did a
in
bit
terms of
better, but not
choices.
really. I mean, he got far further than a lot of people.
True, very true. I thought we were gonna have three people tonight, but it seems that
Yes. Yes. That's a sad
yeah.
story. I tried to get her to come on the podcast. She was not going to have it. So, um, she will eventually one day come around and bring her talents to Super Mario Bros. Podcast. But right now, she's hard to get. And
Okay.
but what she does, she has good.
Well,
She said she had no opinions on this episode, this season.
yes,
She has nothing to
a
say.
hardcore fan left a hardcore fan with nothing to say. That
That's what
seems
she
about right. A good recap of this episode.
Yes, that's basically what this show is doing to its fans. It's a sad story,
All
but
right.
it's one we have
Well,
to tell over
Jeff,
here on Super Mario Bros. Podcasting. But I think that's about it. If you have anything else, Jameel, feel free to spit it hot fire now, or forever hold your peace.
I have no hot takes anymore.
Okay,
What hot takes do I have left?
that's going to be my new sign off. Spit hot fire, or forever hold your peace. Here on Super Mario Bros. Podcasting, and we'll see you next Monday. I guess, right? We're gonna have a Monday episode. I think that's right.
Yeah, I doubt we're gonna do a recap episode tomorrow.
The,
Um,
no,
we will probably cover the recap on Monday as well,
they'll
so
do
we
it on
have at
Monday.
least double the amount to talk about.
They'll have the dinner with the orange juice and the champagne,
Ugh.
and recap all the fun moments they had. And that might be the lowest rated episode of Big Brother in the history of Big Brother. It will be this recap episode that's coming up. It's going to be awful,
What if
especially
it's
near.
one of the highest rated? What if it's one of the highest rated because it features like all the people they like, and then HOH Part One goes down in flames again?
I don't know. Maybe I don't see that happening. I don't see how many people are going to want to watch a recap of this season. That's just I don't like watching the like episodes like going like in real time most of the time because I just don't think the season's compelling enough. Um, Pepto Bismol, did you eat some more spicy nacho? One chip challenge,
No, I had to deal with this episode and the indigestion it provided me.
right? It's a blood sport.
It is. That's my Jean Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport. All right, that's it.
Yep, I think that's
All
it.
right,
That's
have a good night,
for
and
all, have a good night. Yep, and for all of us here at Super Mario Bros. Podcasting, stay classy and